Stop scrolling. Did that work? Did you stop? Hopefully you did, because I'm Megan and I wanted to talk to you guys today about burnout. I'm talking proper burnout. Today I had the pleasure of interviewing Sam Offley from Agents Together, and we had a really good chat about burnout and how recognising the early signs is key to making sure that you don't suffer properly. So this is my top tips on how to spot burnout before you have burnout. So before it's too late. Number one, if you're getting really poorly all the time, that's probably a sign. When I had burnout, I was literally sick constantly, like really sick. Number two, are you completely exhausted all the time? Number three, have you lost interest at work? I don't mean like you don't like your job, but previously you've loved your job and suddenly not so interested. Number four, are you not putting as much effort into work? Not even work, but your housework, your relationships, your friendships. Number five. This one's really tough, and probably the one that really got me is, are you isolating yourself away from your family and friends? Because if you're isolating yourself or you have this feeling that you just want to run away from it all, that's probably burnout. So how do we prevent it? Because sadly, only 1% of our population think they don't have some sort of work-related stress. And in 2020, we had a global pandemic, but the secondary pandemic was that of mental health. Now, actually, it worked out that we lost 0.64 days for every person in our country because of work-related stress. Suicide rates were on their highest they've ever been in years. Sorry, dogs. But we can change that. So I'm going to propose that we all share the tips on the best way to keep yourself feeling mentally stable, mentally strong and mentally sound. So follow this up with a video. If you're on TikTok watching this, stitch me in your comments. I'd love to hear your tips. And I'm going to kick this off with my first tip. If you're in the office all day, go for a walk at lunchtime. I promise you, if you build that into your habits, it will make you feel better. And I know that because that is exactly what I did when I had burnout. So start there and see if you can try and prevent it. Make sure you stitch. I'm really looking forward to seeing all your tips.
So TikTok queen Megan18 has challenged people to come forward with their top tips to help prevent burnout. My top tip would be to do one thing a day that you enjoy, one thing that breaks up your day. Now what I mean by that is, imagine your work day as a filter, and in that filter is your day-to-day responsibilities, whether that might be negotiating, viewings, valuations, instructions, chain chasing, meetings, whatever it might be, that's your filter. And you need to choose something that you enjoy as a relief at the end of that filter. Something that just takes you away from the day-to-day responsibilities, allows you to take a moment for yourself, because that's extremely important, also to recharge and then come back to it nice and refreshed, ready to crack on. Well done, Megan, for posting this challenge, and I would encourage all of my contacts to post a video of their top tip on how to prevent burnout.
Morning everyone. So Lettings TikTok superstar, that is Megan18, challenged us to give everyone one tip that we have for avoiding burnout at work. So when you work in lettings, no day's ever the same and new things are thrown at you every single day. It's really easy to feel like you've never... Sorry, someone just came in. So, as I was saying, in lettings, it's really easy to feel like you haven't achieved something at the end of the day. So my top tip to avoid burnout is every single day to write yourself a little to-do list. Sounds simple, huh? Well, it means that at the end of the day, if you cross things off as you go, then you can physically see that you have actually achieved something and you have got some things done. This also helps when new things are thrown at you. And I have a little secret that I write things on there and cross them off that I've already done, because it makes me feel better that I've already achieved things straight away. So give it a go. I hope it helps. I've been using it for the last decade and it definitely makes me feel better at the end of the day to know that I've done some things on my to-do list. So this challenge was set by Megan18, who is at Lettings in a Nutshell on TikTok. If that was helpful, give the video a little like and my TikTok a little follow. Go on, you know you want to.
Hi there, Mark here from Spinners Estate Agents in North Manchester. I have been challenged by Sam from Agents Together on LinkedIn to share my top tip for preventing burnout. My top tip is the one that is the most useful to me because I'm quite a chaotic person. I have a lot of ideas going on all at once and usually a lot of jobs to do all at once. And the way that I keep track of that and keep managing that is with my trusty whiteboard. Here he is. It's looking very clean at the moment, I've cleaned it to show you, but I use that for my to-do list because I can see it there next to me. I put things in different colours and I try and break things down into achievable chunks every day, and it just helps me to not feel overwhelmed or daunted by the amount of workload that I've got on at any one time. So I suggest that you take a look at that. You can have a whiteboard, you can have a little book. You could go on Asana. There's a really great app called Asana. It's really, really good for task management. But that is my top tip for preventing burnout. I'd love to hear yours. So like, comment, do your own video, and let us know what yours are. And thank you very much, Sam, for doing.
Megan yesterday was talking about burnout and how to avoid it, especially over the last couple of years in the pandemic. As someone that's burnt out at least twice, this is such a huge reason as to why I became a coach for estate agents. I think it's so important and it's a huge thing that I deal with most days. For myself, but for my clients as well. So it's really difficult to choose one or two different things because of course everybody's different. But there are some commonalities that are really important and worth thinking about. So, number one, make sure you have a morning routine that serves you really well. Don't wake up and the first thing you do is touch your mobile phone and start scrolling. It's designed to suck you in. It's not the right time of day to be doing that. Instead, I have Insight Timer, which is a free app in a folder on my phone, which is right next to my alarm clock. So I literally have no excuse and I quickly turn off my alarm and press play on a guided meditation. That way I don't have to sit in silence and probably fall back asleep again. Instead, I listen to someone positive or calming or whatever I need on that day that says some useful things to me. You can do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, depends on your morning, but it's a really useful way to start the day without social media. After that, I always journal, and I always recommend every one of my clients' journals as well. If you go over to my website, I've got a free journaling prompts that I use every day, and it's so helpful. Honestly, I've learned how to self-parent. So there's a theory that within us there are 3 different ego states: the parent, the adult, and the child. And when we're parenting, we're very nurturing and caring, and when we're adult we're very rational, and when we're child we're free but sometimes a bit silly. So being a parent to myself in the mornings has been so valuable. I'm learning how to tap into what I've got inside me and look after myself, so it's made me slightly less needy. Really helpful for avoiding burnout as well. The other way to start your day is with a walk. It doesn't have to be exercise like running a marathon or 10k or all these amazing people that run 5Ks first thing. Just walk for 10 minutes, turn around and walk back. It doesn't have to be any more complicated. And my top tip for making the most of those walks is to leave your phone at home, or at least leave it on airplane mode if you need it to take photographs, for example. Leave it at home. You're not tempted to do other stuff. Morning routines, great way to help prevent burnout.